I'm Natalie. I am a recruiter by trade. I've been in recruiting for 20 plus years, and I actually run 2 companies, Talent Refinery, where I operate as a fractional head of talent. So what that means is I embed into startups or small businesses and run all their strategic recruiting initiatives and do full cycle recruiting when necessary. And so I have 5 clients that I support in a part-time capacity. And there are ways that I'm using WeConnect on behalf of my Talent Refinery business development efforts and also my client recruiting efforts. Then my other business is Talent Collective, which is a nonprofit for women in recruiting. It is a membership community, and we run membership campaigns, we do event promotions, workshops, I manage our partners and sponsors as well. So there's a lot of ways that we're actually leveraging WeConnect in that capacity. So that is my world. Some of the oldest school ways that I was using it was any various version of LinkedIn Recruiter or Sales Navigator, and using the InMail features, which rarely produce responses on a business development capacity, and have an average response when it's candidate outreach. Then I started pivoting to do more LinkedIn connection requests through Apollo, which I loved. And that's where I really got introduced to more of the LinkedIn connection automation features. However, one then, sticking point I had in that case is you still have to execute them one by one by one by one. And then I would also have to go into my messages and see whoever connected, and then send a follow-up message manually one by one by one by one. So I actually happen to be in an organization called Female Founders Collective, and in my peer group that I'm in, there was a couple of other women that used WeConnect for their businesses. Checked it out. The price was like no-brainer. The fact that I could automate my connections and then have the automated follow-up messages as well, and run multiple campaigns at the same time. Game changer. I would say my biggest benefit and ROI has been for Talent Collective, the nonprofit, in terms of our event promotions. We do a variety of different in-person networking events every single month. It has been a game changer from being able to, I don't like the word mass, but volume outreach to various women in recruiting in those markets, and be able to continuously add new lists when those campaigns are complete. I want to add another batch of people, and it does the follow-up. So I've been able to reach out and say, hey, I want to personally invite you to this event. And then, a couple of days later, it's, hey, just a reminder, this event is XYZ day. So that has been great. It generates tons of responses. I see a lot more engagement and responses for my first connects, but I do also see a lot of positive response engagement from even second and third connections. Whether it's just like, oh, thank you so much for reaching out, whether they actually convert into buying a ticket or not is kind of irrelevant, but I'm seeing a lot of response. And so at least I'm knowing the brand is getting out there and recognized, which is equally important to us. And then the other ways that I'm using it, which I actually was really surprised by the amount of response, is for our partner and sponsor outreach. So I send them, a nurtured email campaign, but I also do the connection request. Maybe a handful of times I've received a response via email, tons of response via LinkedIn from those connections. So that has been monumental.